Day three is engage. Now, I'm not even going to try to do the Picard voice. Again, as with the previous prompt, two things immediately pop into mind. Engage. There's a frequent mantra, I think, among indie games or non-traditional games, more modern games approach is engage the system. In the old days, it was a common saying, we had a session so good that we didn't even pick up the dice and nobody cared, right? In modern game design, there's a lot of concern with engaging the system, like mechanizing a lot of aspects of the game, which maybe in more traditional games are not really mechanized. And that can be good or that can be bad. It's to taste, really. I think it's a good opportunity or a good idea to try some of these modern games which do engage mechanics for parts of the game which traditionally we may have handled non-mechanically. Engaging the system, try it, at least try it and see how much engagement with the actual mechanics you want. It can be revealing to just make the attempt. The other use of engage that immediately comes to mind is perhaps the one I'm more concerned with, and it's engaging the players in what you're doing. When you DM, are the players bored? Are they distracted? Are they interacting with your game and with the situation and with what's going on right now with the world? The one tip or technique that I try to use is add them into the mixture when you're making the game, when you're setting it up as the GM. Take their backstories. Ask them to contribute something. Give me a character and tell me about the part of the world, the region of the world where they come from. Make up a culture. Tell me what that culture is like. If you have a backstory, what elements are in there that you can use as a GM? Do they have enemies? Do they have friends, family members? Situations that, the player got in trouble in the past for some reason? Were they kicked out of the army for a particular reason? Or was there an incident of rivalry or a crime committed or something that you can use from their backstory? Or maybe from this culture that they've designed, can you incorporate it into the present game, into whatever it is that you want to do with your present situation, with the actual game? Bring as much elements that as you can from the player's own imagination, if they are invested in the game, because they have contributed to it in some form. It doesn't have to be fully cooperative. We do the world together and we, design the situation or the gameplay together and we make things as we go along. It doesn't have to be that end of the spectrum. It can be, but if it isn't, as long as there is some contribution that they are making and you as the GM are incorporating that into the mixture, you will get player engagement.